What's good, y'all? Let me back up a little bit. I think I'm too close to the frame. Some shit like that. Yeah, I'm back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? welcome, welcome everybody to the No Signal podcast. This is episode 60. Shit, and I'm going out. I'm going out on 60 like I'm Kobe. Going out on 60 like I'm Kobe. Speaking of Kobe, man, tomorrow, today's the 25th. Tomorrow, the 26th, marks 3 years since I lost my idol, man. My GOAT, Coach, man. Coach Bean, for real. R.I.P. Bean, man, and Gigi. Straight up. Worst day of my life. Worst day of my life ever right there, for real. Anyways, y'all, welcome to the No Signal podcast with your boy Mando, man, because it's Mando, man. By the way, I'm looking at this camera. Hold on. I don't know if that made a difference, but it looked kind of crooked. I tried to fix it a little bit, but either way, we good. How y'all doing, man? How was y'all weekend? I know it's already in the middle of the week, but like me, like my weekend was fucking hilarious, and I'm about to get into that right now, honestly. Yo, already a fucking funny ass story time, yo. Already a fucking funny ass story time, yo. All right, so let me paint this up for you. Hold on, let me stop the music and shit. Um, yo, so y'all know me. Y'all know, like, if y'all know me, y'all know I just be saying shit, just fucking around. Sometimes, sometimes I'm serious, but most of the time I'm just like joking, like saying shit and stuff like that. So me, like, I went not my whole life, but just like people like they know me from like saying like, hey, where the big girls at, son? Hey, where the big girls at? Yo, where the big girls at? And all this shit. And then now every time I go, like my barber, for example, every time I go to my barber, he always tells me like, yo, where to my mother, son? Where the fuck the big girls at? And I'm just like, damn, son, I don't even know anymore, for real. They dodging me. They ducking me. No, bro, but like I mentioned the big girls to start off with because last Friday, I think it was Friday, yeah, last Friday it was the Memphis game. It was like this shit's funny, yo. So like I left the crib like at halftime or whatever to go to the shop, like get my shit for the weekend and shit, my little two joints and all this shit, little two joints to the face. And I was texting this one like big girl and shit or whatever. And I was like, oh, like you trying to smoke or whatever, all this shit. And then she was like, oh yeah, like you could come right now. And I was just like, oh, all right, bet. So I left the crib, went to the shop, got the shit, and then went to her crib to, smoke or whatever. And the whole time I'm just like thinking like, damn, I ain't see this chick in a minute. Like I'm talking about like 2020 type shit, like the pandemic type shit. You know what I mean? Like, back, yo, let me detour real quick. Yo, 2020, yo, what the fuck was that? Honestly, like, yo, 2020, what the fuck was that? Cause you see, like these days, like all the shit from 2020 isn't like popular these days. Like the verses, where like the verses, they don't even do verses no more, or do they? Or like they just ran out of people to, bring in and shit or whatever. Um, what else? Like, I don't know. I know like there's so much shit that I'm like spacing out on that I don't like remember and shit. But yo, there was so much shit from 2020 that everybody thought like, oh, this is like the new shit. Like NFTs and all those like fucking other stupid ass like ways to like, what is it, like currency or fucking like Ethereum or whatever the fuck it was called. Like, oh, so much Ethereum for this NFT. Like, bro, who gives a fuck about NFTs? Like, those are just like Photoshop drawings and shit. Like what the fuck? Like, it's just a monkey. I don't know. Like, Oh, like the cool ape NFT going for 7,000. Like, what the fuck is that, yo? Anyway, yo. But like back when sneaky links and shit was popping in 2020 and shit. So, like that's the last time I seen her. So, and like she was all talking all this game on text, like, oh yeah, like she smoke or whatever. And I'm like, all right, then shit, like say less. So I pull up with her. So I pull up on her. All right, but let me backtrack real quick. I said how I told you I got my 2 joints for the weekend. Yo, it was in 2 containers and shit. But one of the containers there was a 2-in-1. So there was 2 like little pre-rolls in one container, and then the other one just had one. So I pretty much got three joints of shit for 2 containers. So whatever, I pull up and I was just like telling her the story, like, oh shit, this shit's crazy. Look, I got 2 for 1 and all this shit. And she was like, laughing or whatever. And then like I don't waste no time. I'm just like, oh, should I like drive somewhere else to go smoke, or should I just like post up right here? And she's like, oh no, you're good right here. Just in front of the crib, yo. Just in front of the crib. And we smoking in my whip. Like, keep this in mind, yo. We smoking in my whip. So I want to laugh so bad already, yo. So I start sparking it, whatever, just just taking my hits or whatever, take my little puff pass and shit. So puff it real quick, pass it to her and shit, and then she gets it, and then she's like, like, bro, I'm not even bullshitting you. She like starts coughing like mad hard and shit. And by mad hard, I'm saying like she coughing like Felicia and shit. Like what up, Craig? What's up, Smokey? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she was coughing like, and I was like, damn, like you good? I was just like looking at her like, yo, you good? Like that shit hit you or what? And I told her, like, I was fucking joking around. I was like, oh, shit, you got baby lungs, whatever. You got baby lungs. Like, trying to, like, brighten up the situation. Because I was just like, damn. Like, she startled me. I was like, god damn. With all those coughs, I was like, god damn. So, I get it back. Take my hits or whatever, puff, pass and shit. And then I'm, like, taking my hits. This is still the beginning of the joint. Like, that shit's barely still, like, going through the little fucking tip and shit, right? So I pass it back to her, and then again, same shit. But this time when she coughs, she coughs straight into the joint. So she's like, like coughed straight into the joint, all the fucking weed, fucking just launched the fuck out of the joint and shit. And I'm just looking at it like, oh, like, I thought it was just like the tip of it, like the little amber, whatever the fuck that's lit. I thought it was just a tip. And I was just like, oh, shit, like, all right, it's whatever. So, like, I sweep it on my hand because we in the car, bro. This is on my dash. All the fucking shit is on my dash. But all I see is just a little amber lit up. And I was like, oh, shit, all right. So I, like, sweep it on my hand, throw it out the window. And I was like, oh, let me light it again. I get it back. I didn't even notice this, yo. I get it back, and then it's an empty cone. It's a straight empty cone, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look at her, and I see she got the weed on her pants, and I was just like looking around, and I was like, nah, bro. Nah, I was like tripping. I was like, nah, yo. Nah, and I was like sweeping up the weed and shit. And you already know when you like the weed and shit, all the juice and like that shit's burning already and all that shit. So all this fucking shit like burst it out, all the like, oh my gosh, the juice and shit, like the weed still had juice on it, and I was just like, bro, what the fuck? So I noticed that this shit, like all the shit was on my dash, and I was just like, damn. And she was like, I'm sorry. No, at first she was like dying laughing, bro. She was dying laughing, and I was just like, in my head, I was like, oh, like this ain't funny. Like you just spit all this shit on my whip. Like what the fuck? Like that was my first stop. But after I like, like reevaluated the situation, and I was just like, damn, like, all right, like what do I do now? Like, should I still like kick it with her or like? But then she's like talking like while I'm like trying to clean all this shit up. This shit's getting in the crease of like the handle and shit, like the fucking shift knob and shit. And I'm just like, damn, like this shit's not coming out. This shit is not coming out. So I was like stressing about that shit because my car, like, I wasn't stressing like, oh, it smelled like weed or whatever, but that shit is like, it shit smells like a whole ashtray in there now, and I'm like, god damn. So I'm cleaning this shit up, and then she's like talking in the back, like she's like, I'm sorry, like she was genuinely sorry, and she was just like, I'm sorry, I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back. And then I was just like, no, hold on. Like, I was just like, hold on, let me gather my thoughts and shit. Let me clean this up first. And then I'll like, okay, like, what do we do next and shit? And then she has not bright idea, but like bright suggestion. She had the suggestion. She was like, should I leave? And I was just like, no, hold on. And while I'm still cleaning it up, I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, wait, she said she can leave, or like, and I'm like, yeah. And I just look at her, I'm like, yeah, you gotta go. I'm like, I know this makes me sound like a dick, bro, but like, I'm just saying, I'm just like, yo, like, oh my gosh, yo, like, I was just like, after I was tripping, I was like, yo, I'm not hanging out with girls no more. I'm not hanging out with girls no more, bro. Straight up. I was like, what the fuck, yo? I was like bugging the fuck out. Oh my gosh, man. That shit had me fucking on one. Not on one because I was already like still like a little bit faded from like the hits I got and shit from the joint and shit. But still, I was just like, damn, son. Like, what the fuck was that all about? Like, why? Like coughing in the joint and all the fucking weed just. Pff. Damn, son. That shit is crazy. That shit was crazy. But that shit was funny as fuck. When I left, I was just like, yo, what the fuck just happened? I was like, what the fuck just happened? This is the funny part right here. This is the funny part you're going to laugh at. She texts me while I'm on my way home. God damn, bitch. She texts me while I'm on my way home. I'm not calling her a bitch. I'm talking to myself because I like keep burping and shit. Shit don't come out. She messaged me on the way home. She's like, I blocked you off of all social medias and blah, blah, blah. You can delete my number if you want. And I was just like, block me on all social medias. All right. I was like, all right. Like I don't care. Like, that's fine. And I just text her back. I was like, I'll text you when I'm home. And then she was like, you don't have to. And I was just like, bro, let me gather my thoughts real quick and shit. And oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. But either way, I was just like, yep, not putting myself in that situation ever again. There's some shit I wanted to talk about. First off, there's this shit right here. I seen this shit earlier. They, obviously asked Oscar de la Hoya his opinion or thoughts on the whole Dana White slapping incident. He said there's a lot of powerful people behind UFC and there's a lot of money behind the organization. What Dana White did was obviously wrong. You don't hit women. Come on. You just don't. It's a douche move. It really is. You don't do that. The powers that be swept in the powers be swept it under the rug. That be the powers that be, because it's in like little what is it, little quotation, not quotation, with like parentheses and shit, whatever the fuck. It says be swept it under the rug. That's pretty much like what it is. Like, I think I said it last time. I'm like, yo, they're gonna sweep this shit under the rug. Like, there's no way that Dana White's gonna lose his job. Like, Dana White, the food's like fucking what, CEO, not CEOs, but like owners and shit or whatever. Like, he owns the UFC or whatever, manages it, whatever the fuck. Like, Dana White, Vince McMahon, they all got Donald Trump energy. With that being said, like, whatever the fuck happens, like, anything negative and shit is gonna get swept under the rug. Either that or they're gonna dish out hush money and shit. Pay them for them to be quiet and shit. You know what I mean? But this had me tripping because Oscar de la Hoya said this. You got a man that dresses like a girl talking about a man that slapped a girl. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, what the fuck and shit? Like, I don't know. That shit's just weird and shit. You know, it's just like a weird like concept. Weird not weird take, but weird person to have a take like that. You know what I mean? Like you would think someone like someone from like the one of the OGs in the UFC, you know what I mean? Like Chuck Liddell come out and say some, or Tito Ortiz, Ken Shamrock, fucking Hoist Gracie, all these like OGs and shit, fucking anybody but Oscar De La Hoya. What the fuck does Oscar De La Hoya like? He doesn't even. I don't know. He wasn't even in the UFC and shit. Well, obviously he's in boxing, like fighting, it sending him to each other and shit. But still, it's like, bro, like you dress like a girl. You talking about a man, like you talking about a man that just slapped the girl and shit. And speaking of that shit's weird as fuck. Like how ironic that the fucking video of Dana White slapping his wife came out, and then Dana White comes out with the slapping championship or a slapping league. That shit just like throws my brain off because it's like, bro, like you trying to like you used it to your advantage, the fucking slapping a girl type shit. You use that shit to your advantage. Like obviously, you know what I mean? But it's just a weird concept because isn't he like stealing like the Russians' idea? Because I know that there was like slapping championships or whatever the fuck. Like this shit was like going on in Russia or some shit. Like before like Dana White even came out with this shit. So I wonder how that shit's gonna go. But oh man, I don't know. But there was a lot of shit this past week to talk about. Either I'm gonna be more active on my TikTok and shit and start posting more TikToks like whenever news breaks out, or I'm gonna just have it. I'm gonna just have to do my episodes twice a week like I used to, honestly. But I just need to find a day that fits my schedule to where I'm just like Wednesdays, like today. Like I don't do shit. Like obviously Monday, Tuesdays lifting, like you know, chest, shoulders, and legs. Well, chest and shoulders on Monday and like legs on Tuesday and shit. But at the same time, like Wednesday is just like my free day to just relax and shit. So I don't know. And like tomorrow, what the fuck? I got a haircut appointment tomorrow, and I'm gonna hang out uh tomorrow. Hang out with some chick. Let's go pick up some chicks. Yo, honestly, this is the shit I wanted to talk about right here. One of the main things I wanted to talk about. Increase increased UFO sightings. Increased UFO sightings. UFO sightings have been like coming out more and more. The older I get, the more they appear. But at the same time, it's like I have a like obviously they go in space and stuff. They travel like so much like miles like per hour, like so fucking fast at the speed of light, shit like that. And like their UFOs are indestructible. I seen UFOs go straight into the sun, disappear into the sun. Seen UFOs go straight down into the water, deep levels of water type shit. And I seen UFOs just like I have a feeling that aliens in general or UFOs like in general. I feel like they're what is it? Like they're more comfortable in like hot temperatures. Like I said, like in the like straight into the sun or Nevada, Area 51. Fucking Nevada's hot as shit. Fucking 100, 110 and shit, 111. Yo, I went last year. Last year when I went, it was like 100 at like 2 in the morning. I was walking the strip at like 2 in the morning. It was like dead ass 100, like 100 degrees, hot as shit. And I was like, damn, bro, like this shit. Fuck no. Can't fucking, this is like reptile fucking, obviously like snakes, you put that fucking hot ass light on top to keep them like, you know, like comfortable and shit. That's how I feel like the aliens are like down here. Like they go to Nevada, Area 51 and shit. And they just like get comfortable there just in hot ass temperatures and shit. Especially like obviously Area 51, you already know they got like a fucking drill that goes like, or they probably already have like any type of contraption or whatever to fucking just drill all the way to the core and shit. So you know that they fucking whenever they come down here, they probably like chill like more down there, like in the like the inner core or like the outer core, whatever the fuck, just anything around like the core region and shit. And like Denver and shit, because it's cold in Denver and like, isn't it like the fucking airport and shit, like the Denver airport, like that shit supposedly like that shit's like I don't know, like I don't know what the fuck I be seeing, but it's just like a bunch of like random shit. Like they have like some little like not Illuminati signs, but just weird shit. Like they got a horse with fucking red eyes on it. Like a horse fucking with red eyes on it and shit. Like what the fuck is that? Like just weird shit. And they got like little goblins like fucking like literally on the fucking shit like this. Just like waiting and shit. Just like sitting down and shit. Like what the fuck is that? Like I don't, I don't even know, yo. But that shit's crazy. And especially like how most of the UFO sightings are like over there, like in Nevada and shit. It just blows my mind off. It just throws my brain off and shit. Like, yo, if I were to see a UFO, yo, because it was like literally like the video I seen, it was like right by some houses, like right there, like in someone's like fucking neighborhood and shit. Yo, if I were to walk outside and I seen a UFO, yo, I'll be like, yo, come here. Yo, come down here. Say, come down here. I'll be like, yo, like, take me up there. Like, take me up with you. Like, type shit. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I'm trying to go for a ride. I'm trying to go for a ride. I'm trying to see, like, trying to go faster than the speed of light. And all this alien talk and shit, like, recently I was talking to my fam about it and shit. And I was just like, yo, like, just imagine even if you touch an alien, just imagine if you touch an alien, you'll probably, like, age, like, so fast and shit. Well, not probably age so fast. I might be like saying outlandish shit like I always do, but like at the same time, like, bro, aliens, they got 100% of their brain's capacity. Why do you think, for example, like Joe Rogan be talking on his podcast saying all this shit like, oh, aliens come by often, come by every whatever couple years and stuff, or something like that, just to see our progress and stuff. Just to track our progress to see if we're heading in the, progressive direction or, descending direction and stuff. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, like I be seeing videos and I'm just like, yo, like people just like you got Lil Pump over here talking about 70, nigga. And I'm just like, bro, like this is the type of shit I be talking about, yo. Like we ain't getting nowhere. Like, when, oh my gosh, yo, like, it's just crazy because, like, how I said aliens, they got 100% of their brain's capacity or whatever. Us as humans, we only have, like, what, 7-8%? Something like that. And it's just weird, bro, because it's like, how can we reach the other, like, tap into the other, like, percentage and stuff? You know what I mean? It's just like, and I think that just, like, brings that, that question, like, oh, like, or that saying that Kobe, said in his interviews, he's like, oh, a bunch of questions I don't have and a lot of answers I don't have, but I'm gonna just keep it moving. I'm gonna just keep it pushing and shit, I'm gonna just keep going. And like, that's me lately. Like all these questions I be having, like, yo, like, why don't we tap into like the extra percentage of brain capacity? Is it that we're limited? I don't know, man. Yeah, we're limited for sure, but it just depends on the person and the knowledge they intake and stuff like that. Especially like certain knowledge and stuff. Like if you're over here talking about like this shit right here, this Atlanta gay couple I'm gonna talk about right now. Like if you're surrounding yourself with all this knowledge, like like sex trafficking, like child abuse, like all this shit, like child, abuse or whatever, all this like child pornography and shit, like you're not gaining anything from that. You're just gaining like dumb knowledge. Cause like my sister said, like, oh my gosh, bro, I'm not even gonna get into that, but she was like saying all this shit, like, oh, like that's why, something, like talking about the Atlanta like gay couple and shit. She was like, oh, that's why, uh she didn't say that. She didn't say it like that. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna do more research on it." And I'm like, "Yo, why are you gonna put more like your energy more into that stuff? Like that shit's like bad for you." You know what I mean? Like, but she don't get that, man. And I'm just like, it pisses me off that she don't get that. Like all this bad news that she hears, she puts all her energy into it, all of her energy. And I'm just like, yo, like put your energy into something like greater. Like put your energy into yourself. Like, but I don't know. I'm just rambling off family business and shit. Let's move on. But increase in UFO sightings is crazy, man. That shit's crazy. I really feel like the end is coming. The end is near. The end is near, honestly. It's just a matter of time. But maybe like what is that shit like supposedly that we all died in 2012 like in according to the Mayan calendar, but in reality it was like 2020, like the first year of 2020. I mean first day of 2020. Some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck, man, but like I don't know. Here we go right here. Atlanta gay couple charged with sodomizing their adopted sons. Just that sentence alone, charged with sodomizing their adopted sons. Sodomizing, I'm not too familiar with that word. I might have to research it after this. Sodomizing their adopted sons. But as I read on more into the article and stuff, pretty much they pimped them out. They pimped the adopted sons out to other local gay couples. To other local gay couples. The gay couple who adopted the kids, Zach Zulog and husband William Zulog. Zach worked at a bank branch and William worked at a local government customer service. Local government customer service. So no matter what job you got, like a like a government job, a fucking bank branch job, those are fucking high paying jobs and shit. And motherfuckers like these motherfuckers right here, they over here like adopting kids, raping them, fucking pimping them out as oh my gosh, pimping them out to other fucking gay couples and shit. This is fucking disgusting. And you look at the pictures. Obviously, like I'm not bringing race into this, but this is white America, man. This is white America right in front of our eyes. Why is it always like white folks, they do weird, like you see videos like white folks jumping off like fucking cliffs, fucking mountains and shit, and fucking like skydiving with no parachute and shit. Like white folks do like, crazy shit, but this is wild shit right here. This is wild shit. Adopting kids, and not only fucking taking away their freedom, you're dehumanizing them, pimping them out, sending them, oh, okay, go over here with this couple for the night or whatever. And they was recording them fucking. They was recording them fucking the kids, yo. This shit is not funny, yo. I'm not even laughing one bit. But at the same time, yo, like shit like this is disgusting. Disgusting, bro. Terrible. Fucking oh my gosh, yo. This is the reason why we need to bring back public execution and shit. Public execution. So everyone can see what these fucking nasty ass pedophiles what is it? Get as a consequence. So everyone could see their consequence right in front of their eyes. Fuck, man. That shit is fucking. They had it all. Built their dream home in a 900,000 area. $900,000 area. That's not cheap. That's not no cheap area, especially in Atlanta. Yo, that shit gotta be like literally right there, like damn near a million. Damn near a million, fucking fancy ass nice area. They pimped the kids out to guys named Hunter Clay Lawless. And this pissed me off right here. Luis Armando Vizcarro Sanchez. Yo, that's my name right there, Armando Sanchez. Yo, ain't no fucking way this motherfucker's ain't no fucking way this motherfucker is using my name. Ain't no fucking way this motherfucker is. I can't even get the fucking sentence out right now. Ain't no fucking way me and this dude share the same name and he's acting like this. He's doing some fucking creep ass shit like this. We're charged with soliciting an act of prostitution. With soliciting an act of prostitution. Lawless folded. One of the guys, Lawless, he folded and exposed the whole Zulaw couple after child porn investigators traced large cache, however you say it, to his Gmail. Fucking idiots, man. Fucking idiots. Why the fuck would you even like? What is like catch is like looking it up on the internet and shit. So why would you fucking have that shit on your fucking link to your Gmail? Not even that. Why the fuck would you even like have sex with a fucking kid? It's not even a minor. That's a minor. They're not even in fucking like middle school. You look at the fucking pictures of the kids, like, well, obviously you can't see their faces because they want their identities to be, you know, like protected and stuff. But at the same time, there's a picture of like four of them, the two dudes and the two kids, like holding hands, like looking off at the beach or whatever. You look at the height, yo, they're not even like they don't even look like middle school kids, and they already like over here getting like fucking raped and shit in front of our eyes and shit. I can't even imagine how the fuck the fucking guys feel, honestly. Like, yo, at what point from having like, oh, like what the fuck makes you like make the transition from like, oh, I don't like girls, oh, I want to go with guys, oh, I don't like older men, I want little kids. What the fuck goes on in your head with this shit, man? Honestly, these fucking people are fucking sick. These people are fucking sick with this shit. And it's not only like just this couple, it's the elites as well. It's the Balenciaga people, it's the fucking government people, it's the presidential people, it's all these fucking people, yo. All these fucking people take acts in this. Take acts in child prostitution, pedophilia, rape, all this fucking shit. Mostly on minors. Kids like, what, 13 years old, fucking, or younger. Because if it was older, then they wouldn't. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to fucking go off, man. But I'm just going to leave it at that, man. That's fucking sick. These guys are going to burn in hell for the shit they did, along with all the government people that fucking raped kids, went to Epstein's Island, raped them over there, and just did some pedophilic shit. Moving on, man. Moving on. Time to get into the basketball segment of the show. Let's cheer up real quick. Let me put on that little instrumental real quick. Let me cheer y'all up real quick. Let's cheer up real quick, cause that shit got me fucked up. Oh. I don't even know if this is the audio or the actual fucking. It's one of those like. It's one of those. Excuse me. It's one of those beats where you can still hear the fucking. It's one of those beats where you can still hear the fucking like voices in the back and shit like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Let's move on. Let's move on to the basketball segment of the show. Here we go. I'm gonna start off with this right here. Bronny James Jr., Bronny James, whatever. It says right here, from a college coach, unidentified college coach on Bronny's recruitment process. I tried to get involved, but you had to jump through 1,000 hoops just to get to the mom. You're not allowed to talk to the kid. You have to schedule a time on Tuesday or Thursday with the publicist just to talk to the mom. Just to talk to the mom. I feel like I feel like now that Bronny's getting older and shit, I feel like up this is what I think. I feel like they on like strict they like real strict on Bronny and shit. I feel like up until he gets to college or up until he gets to the league, then he's his own man and shit. Cause just hearing this, it sounds like with all this stuff, oh, you got to go through the publicist just to get to the mom, just to get to the mom. I feel like they're taking away his like his experience of the recruitment process. Obviously, you got LeBron coming out saying, "Oh, like no matter what college he wants to go to, all I just got to do is pick up the phone." Like Braun privilege, bro. Braun privilege. Braun privilege. So he said, "Oh, all I got to do is just pick up the phone. Oh, make some space, make some room. My son wants to join. Whatever. Boom, son's in. Your son is in Florida. Your son is in Texas, Texas A&M, whatever, UCLA, Oregon, St. John's, whatever he wants to go to. Just one call from Braun." I feel like they're taking away his like freedom to go out, and experience those types of visits and shit. Cause you hear from, well, me, since I watch and listen to a lot of basketball podcasts and stuff, I hear a bunch of like, oh, Jamal Crawford, his recruitment process. Oh, DeJounte Murray, his recruitment process. This guy, and then they all have their different ways of getting into certain colleges and shit. Like, oh, I was about to commit to North Carolina until this happened, and then I went to Kentucky. Shit like that. I feel like they're stripping him of that experience. You know what I mean? They're stripping him of that joy of oh shit, oh look at the campus, oh wow. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like they got him locked down. They locking Bronny down. But that's just crazy. Just to talk to the mom, bro. Like, just imagine you coach Calipari or whatever, or another coach. What other coach? Cause wait, what the fuck? What's the North Carolina coach's name? I want to say a name, but I don't want to fucking. Oh my gosh, yo. Yo, not this fool, the older one. The older one. Yeah, see, coach history. Roy Williams. I was about to say, this is the name I was about to say, Roy Woods. I was about to say Roy Woods. It's Roy Williams. Just imagine you Roy Williams and you trying to get to Bronny. You trying to get him on the phone, like, and all this shit. I wonder how like the recruiters are and shit then. Like if they go to the Sierra Canyon games, how do they like try to talk to Bronny after? Or like there's just no fucking way. Like that's tough, man. That's tough. God damn, bitch. Fucking burping on a bitch, man. I hate that shit. Especially when it don't come out and I'm like, I gotta force that bitch out. But like I was saying, man, that shit, I feel like they just stripping him of that freedom, man. I don't know, but lately he's been putting in work, so I love to see where he ends up. I feel like he is gonna end up in Oregon because obviously Nike is over there, their campus and all this shit. LeBron got his side court or whatever and all that shit over there and bullshit or whatever. Ooh, boom, there we go. Another thing to talk about, the Rui Hachimura trade. Lakers gave up Kendrick Nunn. I'm not gonna say anything bad, man. Thank you, Kendrick Nunn. Thank you for one good year out of 2 years, man. Just that The first year, it was just unfortunate. It was just unfortunate the way, oh, he's working his way back. Oh, he got injured again. Oh, he's working his way back. Oh, he got injured again. That's just, when shit like that happens, oh no, I'm just gonna leave it at that, man. I don't even know, but Kendrick Nunn, Kendrick Nunn, along with 3 second-round draft picks, three second-round draft picks, not two, not two. I was like, not two, but 3 second-round draft picks, bro. That's too much. That's too much. I feel like it's too much. Cause if I were the Lakers, I'll be like Kendrick Nunn and 1 second round pick, and then they'll be like, oh no, all right, well 2, we'll throw in a second round pick. Oh no, all right, then the deal's not gonna be made. You gotta go to the third one just to fucking, oh okay, yeah, we can do that. Like no, hell no, I wouldn't have done that. But I ain't the GM. But I'm just saying, like, giving my thoughts on it and shit. Like, bro, like three second round draft picks is already enough. It's already enough. Especially like we have our 2 first round picks or some shit like that, like unprotected or something. Oh no, bro. But supposedly like Westbrook and our two picks, 2 first round picks to Chicago for just Zach LaVine. Like, yo, give us Zach LaVine and give us fucking Disumu. Fuck that shit, man. What the fuck? Like, give us Zach LaVine and Vucevic. How about that? Shit, what the fuck? But Rui Hachimura, Rui Hachimura, welcome to LA. Welcome to the Lakers. Kendrick Nunn, thank you as well. Moving on to the Lakers segment of the show. By the way, before I get into that, the Spurs play tonight. The Lakers play the Spurs tonight. All right. So this was from last week's game, Wednesday night, Lakers Kings. We ended up taking the loss. But you got right here, Kings had 6 players in double digits scoring. That's crazy. 6 players. You got Fox with 31. Sabonis didn't even play. You got Fox with 31, 6 assists. Keegan Murray, 10 and 10 off the bench. 10 points and 10 rebounds off the bench? Damn, man. And also, Rashad Holmes. Rashad Holmes, 16 points and 11 rebounds. This pissed me off right here. Schroeder, 26 minutes, 5 points. 26 minutes, 5 points. I'm going to just leave it at that. And Braun, obviously, he's chasing Kareem. So 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. And Westbrook had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists off the bench. None of that matters when we take the L. Moving on to the Memphis game. That Shannon Sharpe incident? Wow. I forgot about that shit for a minute. Yo, what the fuck was he even on? He was off that yak. Or some shit, bro. Like, why the fuck is he gonna start some shit with the players? Like, bro, you're a sports analyst. Why the fuck? Like, obviously Shannon Sharpe, football Hall of Famer, great career. But yo, any other fan that would act out like that, automatically getting kicked out. Especially, let me say it like this. What if the tables were turned? What if we were in Memphis and a fan and a football player was talking crazy to Braun? You know what I mean? Braun will easily pull the ref over here like, hey, see this guy? Yeah, this guy's talking shit. Get him out of here. But you know, it's motherfuckers not keeping the same energy. It's not the same energy. That shit's crazy. Like that really reminded me of that Indiana incident where someone was talking crazy to Braun and then he pulled that ref over and he told them to, eject the refs out of the arena and stuff. That's crazy. Said that to eject them out the arena. Yo, but obviously, like, yo, what Ahmad Rashad is to Jordan, Shannon Sharpe is to Braun, which is dick riding. You know what I'm saying? Like being like just about him 24/7 and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just straight dick riding and shit. That Shannon Sharpe incident, like, yo, and then he wanted to get into it with fucking John Morant's dad. Where the fuck the dad come from? I didn't even see where the dad was sitting. I didn't even see where he was sitting. But obviously, Steven Adams got up, got into it and shit. And then you got fucking um the staff trying to back up, like, you know, keep him away and stuff. You got John Morant talking and all this shit. And, oh, man, I don't even know. That shit just sound like a mess. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Excuse me. But here we go on Memphis. Fucking Brandon Clark. This shit tripped me out. 20 and 10 off the bench. Motherfucker got 20 points off the bench. Tyus Jones, 20 points off the bench. And you got Steven Adams, 16 and 17. Brandon Clark, 20 and 10 off the bench. And Tyus Jones, 20 off the bench. Yo, Lakers need a fucking... We need some scoring off the bench, for real. We barely won that game, too. Steven Adams, like I said, 16 and 17. And then that same game, fuck my foot, my knee. The same game, Braun, 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. He didn't really score too much, but Westbrook was a leading scorer of the team with 29 points to go along with 5 rebounds, 6 assists off the bench. And the player of the game, not the player of the game, but, you know, the player who had the biggest impact of the game, Dennis Schroeder, with that steal in the lay-in at the end of the fourth quarter. The end of the fourth quarter, overtime? It didn't go to overtime, did it? That game didn't go to overtime, did it? Did it? No, it was final. 4 quarters. Schroeder, 19, 8 rebounds and 8 assists. And then we go on the Blazers game. What a 25-point comeback. What a fucking comeback. Damian Lillard obviously pulling from deep. 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists. Simons, the team's leading scorer, 31 points. You know, led the team in points. Josh Hart, near triple-double. Josh Hart, who we gave away in the Anthony Davis trade, 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. He already had a triple-double, I believe, with the Pelicans, but at the same time, like, Josh Hart, man, if his shot's not falling, he's going to find a way to make his impact known elsewhere. On the glass, diming, anywhere. Braun had 37 points, 11 rebounds. Thomas Bryant, what a big game. 31 points and 14 rebounds. We needed that. Especially those like 2 putback dunks and shit. Shit was mean. Schroeder, 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. Good shit. Lakers had more total rebounds and fast break points in that Blazers game. Here we go, man. The fucking Clippers game. Every time the Battle of LA happens and the Lakers lose, especially to the Clippers, man. Yo, as a Laker fan, watching the Lakers lose to the Clippers is fucking embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. And there's no other way to put it. It's fucking embarrassing. Motherfuckers can't even defend a 3. 5 Clipper players scored 15 or more points. 5 players scored 15 or more points. Let that shit sink in. And that's not even the crazy part. Here's another crazy part I'm about to get into in a little bit. About Paul George, you know, doing PG things. 27 points, 9 rebounds. Kawhi, 25 points, 9 rebounds. This is the crazy part right here. Between Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, a total of 12 threes. From what it looked like watching the game, it looked like they was running the same play, just replacing the players. You know what I mean? Oh, we're going to run this play for Norman Powell. Oh, boom, he got a 3. Oh, run that play again, but with Terrence Mann. Boom, he got a 3. Oh, Reggie Jackson working. Oh, Westbrook sagging off. He giving him space. Pull up in his face. Like, bro, all this shit fucking adds up. Fucking each of them had 4 threes, 12 threes in total, bro. Like, what the fuck? And LeBron himself had 9 threes, bro. Wow. That shit's crazy. On the Lakers side, like I said, Braun, 9 threes to go with the 46 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. This is what I say embarrassing. This is the embarrassing stat right here. The only 2 players besides Braun to get double digits scoring, Thomas Bryant and Russell Westbrook. You mean anybody else couldn't have contributed in any other way? Come on, man. The only 2 players that put 10 or more points besides Braun, Thomas Bryant and Westbrook, man. And it wasn't even like a big deal. Thomas Bryant had 15 points, 7 rebounds. Westbrook 17 points, 5 assists. He didn't even get that much rebounds and shit. Clippers shot 50% from 3 while the Lakers shot 40% from 3. The Lakers missed 9 free throws. 9 free throws to go along with all the fucking threes the Clippers were pouring on us. Lakers missed 9 free throws. Lakers out-rebounded mostly on the defensive end. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the recap of the Lakers Weekly. That should be the show's name right there, Lakers Weekly. What you talking about? Damn, man. This is a long episode. I ain't do this long of an episode in a minute. God damn. I feel like we can end it off here, though. Yeah, man. That's going to do it for this episode. Like I said, Lakers play tonight. San Antonio. Anthony Davis return questionable. Questionable return for Anthony Davis. But Rui Hachimura is expected to play tonight. You know, so I expect him to, you know, not get comfortable fast, but just make his presence known. That's all he can do. Obviously on the defensive end, the offensive end, but just, you know, just build that team chemistry little by little. Each day, little by little, better and better. We gonna get better. Lakers gonna get better. We gonna get to playoff contention. We gonna make the playoffs. And it's like that. It's just like that. I don't know, man, but I think we'll have to wrap it up. This is episode 60 of the No Signal podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? So be sure to follow me on my socials. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal, man. Instagram, Twitter, same as always. No Signal Mando. Follow my TikTok where I'll post most of my clips of the podcast episodes. Uncle Mando 7. Yeah, Uncle Mando 7. Spotify. No Signal Podcast. And obviously right here, Mando Man on the YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll do it, y'all. Nah, 6 and forever. Rock a block, Rockefeller. Just take it easy, man. Just meditate. Everybody, hold on. Let me tell y'all this, man. Meditate. Meditate at least like